Today's episode, we're just talking about basic terms that are going to be affiliated with your real estate transaction. My name is Samuel Shahan. I'm a real estate broker with the Chicago Home Partner Team with App Properties. Today we're diving right in. One of the first terms that I like to bring up is earnest money. Earnest money is essentially consideration for a contract. So it's one of the upfront costs that we had talked about in a previous episode talking about closing costs. Essentially what it does is it holds the contract together. So you as a buyer are going to be submitting an offer on a property. The seller is going to be taking their property off the market. What they want to do is they want to solidify that they're not coming off the market and not marketing to other buyers because they have you. So they want a little bit of security in that. They want to make sure that you're not going out and putting offers on a ton of other different properties and then last minute just choosing the one that you ultimately want. So what we do is it's typically about $1,000 up front. So once your offer gets accepted, we give $1,000 up front. Once we get through the first two contingencies, then what we do is we increase it, and normally we increase it to about 3 to 5%. Now, this is a negotiation point. So again, we negotiate price, but then there are also terms to the contract that we negotiate. This is one of those terms. So our job as a buyer's agent is to hopefully get it as low as possible for you so you're not risking more money. But the job of the seller is to get them as high as possible because it holds you as a buyer in the contract even more. So, earnest money is held in an escrow account by the seller's broker. Sometimes the title company will hold it, sometimes an attorney will hold it, but most of the time it's the seller's agent. This goes towards your down payment. That is probably the number one question we get about earnest money is this an upfront cost and is it going to be reflected? It does. It goes, once you get through the entire transaction, it goes towards that closing cost, that down payment, the closing costs, all of that, because essentially everything is credited or debited, and this is going to be one of those credits from you to the seller. The other question that we get asked a lot about earnest money is the risk. Does this, if I walk away from the contract, do I risk losing this money? There are certain risks that are always associated with earnest money. Now, if you are in the contingency periods, you get the money back. So we always have contingencies. Again, we talk about the 3 contingencies: the inspection, the attorney review, and the mortgage contingency. Once you get through those contingencies and you don't have a contingency on the line, if you decide to walk away from the property, then yes, you will risk losing that earnest money. So always collaborate with us. This is why we have an attorney, this is why you work with us, and this is why you work with a lender. Let us know and we can kind of collaborate and make sure that we're not risking your earnest money. Another term that is frequently brought up is a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis. Now, actually a couple terms are centered around the evaluation of a property. So one of them is the CMA. This is what I, as a real estate broker, are going to do for you as a buyer. So again, it's me looking at the overall market and saying, hey, this is what we really think the property is worth, and coming up with that evaluation. Now, on the flip side, we do appraisals. So the lender is going to hire a third-party entity that they have no affiliation with, we don't have an affiliation with, and they come out and they will evaluate the property as well on the bank side because they are the ones who are lending you a lot of money. So they want to make sure that the asset is worth what we're actually paying for. So this is called an appraisal. So earnest money is kind of like one of those like weird things, and it's a really interesting term that is going to be in your real estate transaction. So if you have any questions about it, if you have questions about appraisals, anything like that, leave a comment in the comment box. We're more than happy to answer all those questions. If you like this video, give us a big thumbs up, shows us that we're doing a great job. And then also, as always, we would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have great episodes coming up with neighborhood highlights, more educational series, as well as our feature properties, which are fantastic. So we look forward to partnering up with you, and we'll see you on the next episode.